I guess we'll jump into our top 5. There's that odd pause there. I couldn't catch my thought.
Thank you, folks.
It's all that cocaine I did this morning.
Yeah.
Top 5 weird U.S. laws.
Yes, indeed.
And man, are there some weird laws. And whether or not these laws, some of them, are even enforced.
Yeah.
I didn't go into a lot of detail. I just picked out the ones that I thought were, like, it was hard because there were some that I didn't want to leave out. We probably could have done a top 20 for this one.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I just wrote down what it was and where it was from.
Uh-huh.
What do you got for number 5?
So my number 5 is from Utah. And there was a law there that said when you're riding a bike, you must have at least one hand on the handlebar. You've got to be in touch with the steering mechanism.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that was interesting.
In Utah. Yeah, there were so many. It was funny.
Hey, when I was riding a bike and I could let go of the handlebars, I thought it was the greatest thing in the world.
Yeah, I mean, you were cool, man. When you were just freaking sitting up on the seat, and that was back when bikes, bikes kind of went. Yeah, exactly. Bikes kind of went back to like old school bikes.
Mm-hmm.
Like when I was a kid, the 10-speed. With the, I don't even know the racing bars or whatever you call them.
It curled under.
Yeah, that was what everybody wanted.
Oh, yeah.
And now you see people on bikes, and it's more like the motocross type or straight bar.
Right.
But I went with, I didn't go with it. Did you realize in Washington, not D.C., but Washington State, there's a law that says you cannot harass Bigfoot? No harassing Bigfoot in Washington.
Wow. So that's assuming that they're if you encounter
assuming there's a Bigfoot, you cannot harass him or her.
Uh-huh.
I that one just struck me funny. I'm like, number one, why would you?
Yes, because you're going to get ripped to shreds.
Exactly. Why would you? Why would you?
It's like having a gorilla come at you.
Unless it's like Harry and the Hendersons. Remember that movie with John Lithgow?
Yeah, that was good.
It was like a very friendly Bigfoot.
Yes. Right.
But yeah, no harassing Bigfoot in Washington. Now,
how crazy.
California, Oregon, I guess you can harass them all you want.
Wow, they got wide open. That's like the wild, wild west out there.
Yeah.
So my number 4. In Arizona, you can't cut down a saguaro cactus. It's a class 4 felony.
Okay.
A saguaro. It's a native plant.
That makes sense.
It's a native plant of Arizona.
I mean, that makes sense, though.
Mm-hmm. It's the big ones.
Right.
When you're running 8 into Phoenix.
Like the Joshua tree kind of looking.
Yeah. No, not the Joshua tree.
Yeah, no.
It's the big, yeah. And it takes, for one of those arms, that thing has to be alive for 75 years before that arm develops.
Wow, I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I can see why they don't want anybody messing with them.
But they have those in the Joshua Tree Forest, don't they?
And the Joshua Tree Forest is mainly Joshua trees, but it's desert too.
Right, so you have the cactus.
So you certainly have the cactus.
Well, you're going to get a kick out of this one.
Okay.
In Maine, it's illegal to step out of a plane mid-flight.
So if you want to be a parachutist, they ain't happening.
I don't know. I didn't even think about that.
You're a rebel.
I'm assuming that this is without a parachute. But these are laws that are actually on the books. Like I said.
Stepping out of a plane.
Yeah, no stepping out of a plane mid-flight.
Sounds so final.
It is final if you step out of a plane. You're not going to be worried about the fines. That's for damn sure.
But the fall was a blast.
Yeah.
Screaming all the way.
That one struck me funny. I had to put that one down. That's my number 4. And you wonder how that didn't make number 1.
Yeah.
Because there's even more ridiculous laws.
And that was in Maine?
In Maine, yes.
So, okay, and that was your number 4.
Number 4, yeah.
My number 3 is in Maine also.
Oh, yeah?
it's illegal to leave Christmas decor up after January 14th.
14th. Yeah, I saw that one too.
Did you see that?
Yeah, I saw that one.
Illegal.
Yeah.
Someone's gonna take your money, apparently.
Yeah, they'll
leave
fine
you a
you
ticket.
for it. And again, like really, I mean, if it's your property and you want to keep them up all year long, then so be it.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand they want their town.
Yeah.
Because some of these, there's one that is specific to like a city or town. Actually, my next one.
Oh, okay.
But you know, the town wants to look a certain way, and so it's like
Yeah.
everybody's got to conform and you know do this.
Exactly.
In Baltimore, Maryland, you can't take a lion to the movies. No shit. It's a law on the books. So
What the hell?
apparently, and you wonder how laws like this became, is probably because somebody actually probably took a lion to the movies, and
Wow.
then they had said, well, we got to make a law that you can't take a lion to the movies. I mean, why else would you?
Yeah. Exactly.
Unless it was a Friday and the lawmakers were like, we wrapped it up last night.
Yeah, we can't.
Let's make some, I don't know, what do you got?
Yeah.
Can't take lions to the movies.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That'll get us through
Right.
the rest of the afternoon
That's
and
right.
get us home for
We
the
just
weekend.
needed that one more.
Yeah.
Well, can you imagine? That's a great way to empty out a movie theater. So you got prime seating wherever,
I wouldn't hang
wherever you
out.
go.
I wouldn't hang out.
Right down front.
But it had to happen. I can't imagine how else they would have written a law
In Baltimore.
in Baltimore, Maryland.
Okay, so I guess the ships that were coming across from Africa might have had wildlife on them.
I'm sure somebody got one and
Somebody got
turned it
them.
into a pet or something and took it to the movies.
They decided, I'm taking over this town.
Yeah.
Well, I've got my number 2 is from Pennsylvania. And Pennsylvania has blue laws for dealerships. No Sunday sales of cars.
Yeah. Michigan does too.
Oh, it does?
Yeah.
Crazy.
You can't buy, sell, or trade a vehicle on Sundays in Michigan.
What the hell?
I just happen to remember that one because so Pennsylvania has the same law. Yeah, cannot on Sundays.
And Michigan is the big car manufacturing state.
Yeah, not on Sundays.
So, man, they wanted Sunday as a day of rest.
Apparently so.
So, wow,
That had to be a religious
that's hardball.
initiated law.
That's super hardball there.
Yeah. This one here, it cracks me up because I am imagining it much different than how it was written. In New Mexico, idiots are banned from voting. That's one that should be on the
Okay.
books. But
I'm all for it.
but what they meant by idiots at the time that this law was written, I'm sure, was
People out of their heads.
people that were intellectual. I looked up the PC correct saying for this because
Okay.
it's not mentally handicapped anymore. It's not mentally challenged.
Uh-huh.
It's intellectually. Can't even think of the word.
Incompetent?
No, not incompetent. Because the words change, and but they meant somebody that wasn't of sound mind, I guess.
Right.
This was probably written in the 1800s in the Old West.
Yeah.
But it had to make my 2 because that's how I feel now, and I don't look at somebody that's got mental or intellectual difficulties or whatever as an idiot. That's not at all.
Right.
But there are people out there going to the grocery stores and malls and movies that are idiots.
True.
Okay.
True.
So,
Yeah.
and my definition of idiot is completely different than what I'm sure that law was written
Yeah.
for.
I have another word for idiots. I call them assholes.
Assholes, dumbasses.
But the problem in the past was if you were challenged, if you had the disability and you were challenged, you weren't getting any help.
No. I mean, shit.
Nobody was. I mean, I'm sure certain
stuck
people.
them in sanitariums and stuff,
Yeah.
and just locked them in a room, basically.
Yeah, I forget her name. The woman that was, she was deaf and blind. Oh, they made a movie. Helen Keller. Is Helen Keller it?
It could be Helen Keller. Yeah.
She got help.
Yeah.
She had people around her that loved her, so
Right.
she got help. But yeah, too bad. Too bad to be born at a time when you got no help and you were just left to by the grace of God.
You didn't fit in.
You got some age on you.
You know.
Who knows?
Didn't fit in, and they stuck you away somewhere.
Yeah, really.
But I wanted to clarify that that's not what I mean by idiots.
Oh yeah, I know.
I mean the person that won't get out of the middle of the aisle. You're an idiot. Get off your phone. Move your fucking cart. You're an idiot.
Yeah.
That's what I mean by idiot.
Yeah, or the car if it's the road.
Right.
Don't just sit there.
So
So I've got my number one. Pennsylvania again. I love this one. And when I saw this, I had to laugh. Dynamite can't be used to catch fish.
I think I read that one too.
I thought that is just not that I hate fish, but that's kind of funny.
Yeah.
That you're fishing with dynamite.
Well, they would do it because then it would.
Oh.
Basically, I mean, if the fish was close enough, I'd probably kill them. But I think what it did is knocked them out, and they would float to the top, and they could just go scoop them up.
Yeah. So I guess if you want to make a big haul, that's a good way to get them.
Yeah. I went with there was another one, the no hand fishing allowed. I can't remember what it was. You couldn't fish with your hands.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That sounds rather odd.
Here's my number one. In Alabama, it's illegal to drive blindfolded.
Thank God. Oh my God. Thank God they did that.
Yeah, because it was becoming a problem.
Oh, I can just imagine.
Well, I mean, to me, when you got your phone up in front of your face, you might as well be blindfolded.
Yeah,
So,
that's true.
but they'll make a law that you can't be blindfolded and drive, but they won't make a law that says you can't be on your phone and drive.
Yeah, really.
You can't do your lipstick and drive.
Oh gosh.
You can't read the newspaper and drive.
I can only say that one time I followed a person who was terrible. Absolutely terrible. And I could just see that phone
Yeah.
in the hand on the upper part of the steering wheel in front of me. And it was off to the right a little bit, so I could definitely see it. And I was like, you're driving so badly, and it's so obvious, and you don't care.
Nope.
Wow.
Nope, don't care. Don't care. And there was so many. I'm actually going to read some of my ones that didn't make my list
Yeah,
to you afterwards.
definitely.
And I know you all want to hear them, but maybe we'll do a follow-up
Sure.
in another episode of
Yeah.
other more stupid laws.
It's too crazy.
But I guess we're going to call this an episode. Thanks for listening. And jump over and check out some of the YouTube shit we got going.
Mm-hmm.
We're recording again this week. I don't know if this one will make the YouTube
Uh-huh.
this week, but we'll see.
Yeah.
Anyways, thanks for listening. I am the Kid.
And I'm Dana Lee.
We'll catch you next time.